Do you ever find yourself lying awake at night, unable to stop the endless cycle of thoughts? Do you worry about things that haven't happened yet, or replay past conversations over and over in your head? If you answered yes, you're not alone. Overthinking is a common struggle for many of us, and it can feel overwhelming. It causes anxiety, stress, and takes away our peace of mind. But what if there was a way to break free from this mental trap? What if you could learn to stop overthinking and regain control of your mind? Hello and welcome back to Son.Mindfulness. If you've ever felt stuck in a loop of constant thoughts, today's video is for you. In this video, we're diving into 6 powerful Buddhist teachings that can help you stop overthinking and bring peace into your life. These teachings are simple, yet profound, and can make a world of difference when it comes to managing anxiety and finding mental clarity. Overthinking is a widespread issue in modern life. With the fast pace of today's world, we often find ourselves bombarded with information, responsibilities, and constant distractions. This creates an overwhelming sense of mental clutter, leaving us stressed and exhausted. The good news is that Buddhist teachings offer practical solutions to this very problem. By practicing mindfulness, letting go of control, embracing simplicity, and understanding the impermanence of life, we can regain peace and mental clarity. In this video, you'll learn how to stop overthinking by applying these 6 Buddhist principles to your daily life. These practices can help you quiet your mind, reduce anxiety, and allow you to be more present and content in each moment. By the end, you'll not only have tools to help you stop overthinking, but also a new perspective on how to live with greater peace and joy. So stay with us until the end of the video, and let's explore how you can transform your mind and life through these powerful Buddhist teachings. Don't forget to subscribe to Son.Mindfulness. And let's begin this journey together. Be sure to leave a comment with your thoughts and share any experiences you've had with overthinking. We'd love to hear from you. Part 2. Stay in the present moment. Overthinking can feel like a heavy storm that never stops. We're all guilty of it at times, rummaging through past mistakes, worrying about future uncertainties, and analyzing every moment. But the reality is, we only have this moment. The past is gone, and the future hasn't happened yet. Focusing on the present moment is one of the most powerful ways to stop overthinking and find peace. Buddhism teaches us to let go of distractions and focus on the now. When we do this, we stop worrying about things we cannot control, and we find peace in the present. As the Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." This wisdom reminds us that the present is the only place where life truly happens. Why the past and future are out of our control. How often do you find yourself stuck in the past, thinking, what if I had done things differently? Or are you consumed with fear about the future, asking, what if something bad happens? The truth is, the past cannot be changed, and the future is uncertain. Spending time on either of these pulls us away from the only moment we truly have, the present. These thoughts might feel harmless, but they take away our ability to enjoy the richness of life right now. By focusing on the present, we free ourselves from the worry and regret that drain us. The present is where joy, peace, and contentment are found. When we let go of what's already happened or what hasn't come yet, we open up space for living fully in the moment. Real-life example: the monk and the river. There's a story about a monk and his young student walking beside a river. The monk steps into the water with ease, but the student hesitates, fearing the current will carry him away. Seeing the fear in his student's eyes, the monk says, "The river always flows. To cross safely, trust each step and be present in the moment." This story shows how overthinking can freeze us in place. The student's fear of what might happen in the future kept him from moving forward. But by focusing on the present, we can step forward with confidence, knowing we don't need to worry about the what-ifs. Each step, grounded in the present, moves us forward. Practical exercises to stay present. Now, how can we start staying present in our busy lives? Here are some simple exercises to help you stop overthinking and reconnect with the now. 1. Mindful breathing. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and focus only on your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. When your mind drifts, gently bring it back to your breath. This practice helps you return to the present moment every time your mind wanders. 2. Mindful eating. The next time you eat, put your phone away, sit down, and savor each bite. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. This exercise keeps you present and grounded in the moment, turning an ordinary activity into a mindfulness practice. 3. Body scan. Sit in a quiet place and focus on each part of your body, starting from your toes and working your way up. Pay attention to any tension, discomfort, or sensations. This exercise helps you reconnect with your body and the present moment. 4. One thing at a time. Instead of multitasking, focus on one task at a time. Whether you're reading, talking to someone, or working, give that task your full attention. This reduces stress and helps you focus on what's happening now. Lessons for maintaining awareness. Throughout the day, staying present isn't just about specific exercises, it's about bringing mindfulness into every moment. Here are some tips for maintaining awareness throughout your day. Anchor yourself with small cues. Use small reminders, like a gentle phone alarm or sticky notes, to bring your attention back to the present. When you see or hear them, take a breath and focus on where you are and what you're doing. This will help you stop overthinking. Transitions as mindfulness triggers. Use moments of transition, like getting in your car, entering a room, or switching tasks, as cues to pause and breathe. These small pauses help you stay grounded in the present. Gratitude practice. Take a moment each day to reflect on something you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a good conversation or a beautiful sunset. Gratitude helps shift your focus from what's lacking to what's already here. The benefits of staying in the present moment. Living in the present has powerful effects on our mental health. It helps reduce anxiety because we stop worrying about things that haven't happened yet. It also reduces stress by stopping the cycle of overthinking and focusing only on the present. When we stay present, we begin to enjoy life as it is, rather than waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. Living in the present increases our sense of joy and fulfillment as we become more aware of the small blessings in life. Staying present also leads to a deeper connection with ourselves and others. We become better listeners, more compassionate, and more at peace with the world around us. In this section, we've seen how living in the present moment can stop overthinking and bring peace to your life. It's a practice that takes time, but with patience, it's one of the most effective ways to live a fulfilling life. Next, we'll explore how letting go of what you can't control is another powerful way to free yourself from mental clutter and anxiety. This practice complements staying present by releasing the need to control things that are outside your grasp. Part 3. Let go of what you can't control. One of the most powerful teachings in Buddhism is the principle of letting go. We often spend so much of our energy trying to control things that are beyond our grasp, whether it's our past, the future, or other people's actions. This desire to control creates unnecessary stress, frustration, and anxiety. But the truth is, we can't control everything. Understanding this can help us stop overthinking and create space for peace and clarity in our minds. Buddha's teachings on letting go remind us that our suffering doesn't come from what happens to us, but from how we react to what happens. Our attempts to control situations beyond our power only add more tension to our lives. When we stop trying to control everything, we free ourselves from this constant mental struggle. The story of the man and the boulder meme. There is a famous Buddhist story that perfectly illustrates the concept of letting go. A man was struggling to push a large boulder up a hill. He pushed with all his might, but the rock wouldn't budge. Exhausted and frustrated, he finally stopped and sat down. A monk passing by asked, "Why do you push a rock that is not meant to move?" The man replied, "I must move it. I have to." The monk gently said, "Let it go. The rock was never meant to move. By trying to push it, you are only adding more suffering to yourself. Let go of the struggle, and you will find peace." This story is a perfect example of how trying to control what we cannot can lead to unnecessary suffering. Just like the man trying to push the boulder, when we struggle to control situations outside our control, we end up exhausting ourselves mentally and emotionally. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing unnecessary attachments to things we can't change. In doing so, we make space for peace and clarity. Recognizing what you can't control. One of the first steps to letting go is recognizing what you can and can't control. Think about your daily life. What are the things that cause you stress and anxiety? More often than not, these things are beyond our control. For example, we can't control the weather, other people's behavior, or the outcome of situations that have already passed. By acknowledging that these things are out of our hands, we can begin to free ourselves from the burden of trying to control them. Asking yourself questions like, "Can I change this?" or "Is this something I have control over?" can help you identify where you're spending unnecessary energy. If the answer is no, then it's time to let go and shift your focus to what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and reactions. The more we practice letting go of the things we can't control, the easier it becomes to stop overthinking and find peace in the present moment. Steps to release control and stop overthinking. Here are a few actionable steps to help you let go of what you can't control and stop overthinking. 1. Acknowledge your limits. Start by recognizing that not everything is within your control. By accepting this reality, you release yourself from the stress of trying to manage the unmanageable. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you create space for a more peaceful mindset. 2. Let go of unnecessary attachments. Ask yourself, what am I clinging to that no longer serves me? Are there past mistakes, people's opinions, or future outcomes that you're holding on to too tightly? By gently releasing these attachments, you free your mind from the heavy burden of worry. 3. Practice acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean resigning yourself to a situation, but rather understanding that some things cannot be changed. When you practice acceptance, you stop fighting against the flow of life and allow yourself to experience peace in the present. 4. Shift your focus to what you can control. Focus on the things you can influence, your thoughts, actions, and choices. When you put your energy into what you can control, you empower yourself to make positive changes without getting caught up in the things beyond your reach. 5. Let go of the need for perfection. One of the biggest causes of overthinking is the desire for perfection. Striving for perfection in everything we do only leads to frustration and disappointment. Instead, embrace the idea that it's okay to make mistakes and that imperfections are part of life. Letting go of the need to be perfect frees you from mental clutter and opens the door to a more relaxed, fulfilling life. Letting go isn't giving up, it's making space for peace. It's important to understand that letting go isn't about giving up or being passive. It's about releasing control over things that are outside your ability to change and focusing on what you can do. When we let go of unnecessary worries, attachments, and expectations, we create space for peace, clarity, and new possibilities. Rather than trying to control every outcome, we trust that life will unfold as it's meant to. This trust allows us to embrace the present and stop overthinking, finding peace in every moment. Letting go is a practice, not a one-time event. With time, you'll find it easier to release control over the things that aren't yours to manage. As you practice this, you'll find that your mind becomes calmer, your stress levels decrease, and your ability to live fully in the present moment grows stronger. Now that we've explored the power of letting go, it's time to shift our focus. The next step in this journey to stop overthinking is embracing simplicity. In the following section, we'll dive into how living a simpler life can bring you true peace and joy. Part 4. Simplicity brings true peace and joy. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to believe that more is better. We often chase after achievements, possessions, and goals, thinking they will bring us happiness and fulfillment. But Buddhism teaches us a different truth. True happiness comes not from accumulating more, but from simplifying our lives. When we let go of the constant desire for more, we open ourselves to the peace and joy that already exists in the small, everyday moments. A simple life is not a boring life. In fact, it can be richer, more fulfilling, and more meaningful than the chaotic pursuit of perfection and success. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of the excess, we create space for peace, gratitude, and joy. The benefits of simplicity. Living simply has profound benefits for our mental and emotional well-being. Buddhism encourages us to find happiness in the present moment, appreciating the small joys of life rather than chasing after elusive goals. When we simplify our lives, we reduce the mental clutter that contributes to stress and anxiety, allowing us to focus on what truly brings us peace. In a world full of distractions, simplifying allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. We stop rushing through life, and instead we begin to savor each moment. Whether it's the warmth of a cup of tea, the sound of birds singing, or a quiet walk in nature, these small moments become sources of joy when we stop to appreciate them. When we stop overthinking and begin to focus on simplicity, we start living with more intention and mindfulness. Rather than worrying about the future or regretting the past, we immerse ourselves fully in the present, which leads to a deeper sense of fulfillment, simplifying life to reduce stress. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We juggle multiple responsibilities, keep up with endless tasks, and feel the pressure to be constantly productive. This lifestyle leaves little room for relaxation or enjoyment, and before long, it feels like we're running on empty. Buddhism teaches that the pursuit of external achievements, money, status, material possessions, often leads to more suffering, not less. When we focus too much on these things, we get caught in a cycle of desire and frustration. We feel like we need more to be happy, but in reality, it's often the excess that drains our energy and peace. By simplifying our lives, we can break free from this cycle. This doesn't mean we have to give up everything we own or completely change our lifestyle. It means choosing to focus on what really matters: meaningful relationships, personal growth, and the ability to be present. For example, consider decluttering your home. By letting go of items that no longer serve you or bring you joy, you create space for clarity and peace. Your surroundings become less chaotic, and this mental and physical decluttering helps you to stop overthinking and focus on what's truly important. Living simply allows you to stop trying to control everything and just be. Identifying parts of modern life that contribute to stress. Modern life often feels like a never-ending race. We constantly strive for more money, more success, more recognition, and this desire can overwhelm us. We compare ourselves to others, get caught up in social media, and feel pressure to keep up with trends. All of this adds to the mental clutter and makes it difficult to feel truly at peace. Buddhism encourages us to ask ourselves, what is truly necessary for my happiness? Do we really need the latest gadgets, the biggest house, or the perfect social media profile? More often than not, the answer is no. When we simplify our lives, we eliminate distractions and focus on what really matters. our health, our relationships, and our inner peace. By cutting out unnecessary obligations and possessions, we make room for the things that bring us joy and contentment. This simple approach can help us stop overthinking by bringing our attention to the present and reducing the noise around us. Practical steps to simplify your life. Here are some practical steps to help you simplify your life and start enjoying the present. 1. Declutter your space. Take a look around your home and ask yourself if each item adds value to your life. If not, consider letting it go. A clutter-free space can lead to a clearer mind and a greater sense of peace. 2. Limit your commitments. Saying yes to everything leads to overwhelm. Instead, learn to say no to commitments that don't align with your values or priorities. This will create more space in your life for what truly matters. 3. Focus on experiences, not things. Material possessions may bring temporary joy, but experiences create lasting memories. Instead of accumulating more items, focus on creating meaningful experiences with loved ones or engaging in activities that bring you peace. 4. Embrace slow living. Slow down and savor life's small moments. Whether it's taking a leisurely walk, reading a book, or enjoying a cup of tea, take the time to truly experience the present moment. This practice can help you stop overthinking by shifting your focus to what's happening right now. 5. Practice mindfulness. Be fully present in everything you do. Whether you're eating, walking, or talking with someone, give that moment your full attention. This helps you stop overthinking and brings peace to your mind. Living simply brings true joy. Simplicity is about more than just decluttering, it's about finding joy in the everyday. By letting go of unnecessary distractions and focusing on what truly matters, we open ourselves to the true beauty of life. In this simpler, slower pace, we find greater peace and satisfaction. We stop overthinking, and instead, we start living with intention and gratitude. Now that we've explored how simplicity can bring peace and joy, it's time to shift our focus to another important lesson: change. In the next section, we'll discuss how understanding that everything changes can bring comfort and ease, especially when we're facing difficult times. Part 5. Trust that everything changes. One of Buddhism's central teachings is the concept of impermanence, anicca. It reminds us that everything in life, including our thoughts, feelings, and situations, is temporary. Understanding this can help us reduce fear and anxiety, allowing us to stop overthinking. When we accept that everything changes, we stop worrying about what's coming next or holding on to past struggles, making room for peace. The story of the glass of water and the pond. A Buddhist story beautifully illustrates impermanence. A young disciple went to his teacher, saying he felt overwhelmed by his emotions. The teacher gave him a glass of water and added a pinch of salt, asking him to drink it. The boy complained it was too salty. The teacher then dropped the same amount of salt into a large pond and told the boy to drink from it. The boy drank and said, "The water tastes fine." The teacher explained, "The salt doesn't change, but the space it's in does. The more you expand your mind, the smaller the pain feels." This story teaches us that our struggles, like the salt, feel more intense when we focus only on them. But by shifting our perspective and embracing the larger picture of life, we can reduce the emotional weight we carry. Recognizing impermanence to stop overthinking. We often get stuck in overthinking because we believe that difficult situations or emotions will last forever. But the truth is, everything is temporary. Understanding impermanence helps us see that both joy and suffering are fleeting. When we accept this, we reduce our fear and anxiety about the future and stop overthinking about what might happen next. For example, if you're going through a tough time at work or in your personal life, remind yourself that this challenge won't last forever. Over time, the situation will change. When we accept that things are in constant flux, it becomes easier to release the need to control outcomes and to stop overthinking. Real-life examples of change and relief. Life is full of challenges, but they are never permanent. Consider the experience of grief. The pain of losing a loved one can feel overwhelming, but with time, the intensity of the sadness fades. By understanding that change is inevitable, we can allow ourselves to heal, knowing that our sorrow will lessen with time. Similarly, when facing setbacks, we might feel hopeless, but remembering that nothing stays the same can help us face challenges with resilience. Just like seasons change, so do our difficulties. This understanding can bring us comfort and help us stop overthinking about how long the pain will last. How to incorporate impermanence into your thinking. To stop overthinking, we need to make impermanence a part of our daily thinking. Here are a few ways to do that. 1. Shift your focus to the present. Rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, focus on the here and now. By staying grounded in the present, we stop overthinking and find peace. 2. Accept change. When facing a challenge, remind yourself that change is inevitable. Even difficult situations will eventually pass. This helps us feel less overwhelmed and more at ease. 3. Embrace the flow of life. Life is constantly changing, and instead of resisting it, we can learn to flow with it. This allows us to stop overthinking and accept life's natural rhythms. 4. Understand that suffering is temporary. When you face difficulty, remember that the pain you're experiencing is temporary. It's just a moment in time, and soon enough things will shift. This awareness helps reduce anxiety and gives us the strength to move forward. Embracing change for peace. Understanding that everything changes is one of the most powerful ways to stop overthinking. By embracing the impermanence of life, we stop clinging to our fears and anxieties about the future. We can begin to live more freely, knowing that difficult moments are just passing phases. This wisdom allows us to approach life with more peace and resilience. Now that we understand impermanence, let's turn to another important lesson: how our thoughts come and go. In the next section, we'll explore how to stop overthinking by learning to observe our thoughts without becoming attached to them. Part 6. Your thoughts come and go, they don't define who you are in Buddhism. One of the core teachings is that our thoughts are not who we are. We often identify with our thoughts, believing they define us. If we think negatively, we start to believe we are negative. But the truth is, thoughts are temporary, like clouds passing through the sky. They come and go, but they don't define us. By understanding this, we can stop overthinking and live with more clarity and peace. Thoughts are like clouds in the sky. Buddhism teaches us that thoughts are like clouds drifting across the sky. Some are light and fluffy, others dark and stormy. But just like clouds, thoughts are always changing. They don't stay forever, and they don't define the sky. Similarly, our thoughts may come and go, but they don't define who we are. When we observe our thoughts without judgment, we stop overthinking. We recognize that thoughts are just temporary mental events, not permanent truths about ourselves. Recognizing we are not our thoughts. To stop overthinking, it's crucial to recognize that we are not our thoughts. Our thoughts are like passing visitors. They come and go, but they don't define us. When a negative thought arises, ask yourself, is this thought true? By questioning the thought instead of identifying with it, you create distance between yourself and it. This allows you to stop overthinking by simply observing thoughts without attaching to them. You are the observer of your thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. The ripples on the water metaphor. In Buddhism, the metaphor of ripples on water is often used to explain how our thoughts work. Imagine you drop a stone into a calm pond. The ripples spread out, disturbing the stillness. But just like the ripples fade, our thoughts also pass. When we engage with a thought, we create ripples in our mind, making things more chaotic. However, If we choose not to engage, the ripples eventually fade and the mind becomes still again. By observing our thoughts without attachment, we can stop overthinking and regain clarity. Practical steps to observe thoughts without attachment. Here are some simple exercises to help you observe your thoughts without engaging with them. 1. Mindful awareness. When a thought arises, simply observe it. Don't judge it and don't try to push it away. Just notice it. This awareness helps you stop overthinking by acknowledging the thought without reacting to it. 2. Labeling thoughts. Label your thoughts as they arise: worry, fear, memory, etc. This helps you detach from the thought and see it for what it is, a mental event, not an identity. 3. Breathing through thoughts. When your mind is overwhelmed with thoughts, focus on your breath. Inhale slowly and exhale gently. This helps you anchor yourself in the present moment and stop overthinking by redirecting your attention away from the mental clutter. 4. Creating mental space. Instead of reacting to every thought, allow some mental space. Imagine your thoughts are like clouds passing across the sky. Let them drift by without clinging to them. By creating mental space, you stop overthinking and allow your mind to clear. Building clarity and peace. To stop overthinking, we need to create mental space. When we're caught in a cycle of thoughts, our minds can become overwhelmed. By observing our thoughts without attachment, we create room for clarity and peace. We stop identifying with every passing thought and instead begin to experience life more fully. This practice of non-attachment allows us to let go of the chaos and return to a peaceful, clear mind. Now that we've learned how to stop overthinking by observing our thoughts, let's move to the next practice, mindfulness. In the next section, we'll explore how focusing on your breath can help bring you back to peace and center your mind in the present. Part 7. Be mindful. Let your breath bring you back to peace. Mindfulness is one of the most effective ways to stop overthinking and find inner peace. At its core, mindfulness means being fully present in the moment, without distraction or judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we stop letting our thoughts control us and instead observe them without attachment. A powerful tool for mindfulness is focusing on the breath. By bringing our attention to our breathing, we can anchor ourselves in the present moment and calm our minds, even in chaotic situations. The power of breath and mindfulness. Breathing is something we do naturally, but when we consciously focus on it, it becomes a tool for calming our minds. Buddha taught that when the mind is calm, the breath is calm. By paying attention to our breath, we stop overthinking and return to a peaceful state of mind. Breathing is always available to us, whether we're sitting quietly or in the midst of a busy day, and it helps us reconnect with the present moment. The more we practice mindful breathing, the easier it becomes to stop overthinking and find clarity in any situation. The story of the monk and the cup of tea. A beautiful story from Buddhism illustrates the power of mindfulness. A young student went to his teacher saying, "Master, my mind is always racing. I can't stop thinking about everything." The teacher handed him a cup of tea and said, "Feel the warmth of the cup, smell the steam, and sip slowly." After a few moments, the teacher asked, "Where did your busy mind go?" The student replied, "I was just here with the tea." The teacher smiled and said, "That is mindfulness." This story teaches us that mindfulness is not about stopping our thoughts, but about being fully present with what we are doing. When we focus on one task, like drinking tea, we stop overthinking and experience the peace that comes from being present. Mindfulness doesn't require a quiet place or special conditions. It can be practiced anytime, anywhere, in any activity. How mindfulness helps in chaotic moments. Life often feels chaotic, with distractions pulling us in all directions. In these moments, it's easy to get caught in a spiral of overthinking. But mindfulness offers a way out. By focusing on our breath and the present moment, we can stop overthinking and regain peace. When you feel overwhelmed, take a deep breath. Inhale slowly and exhale gently. As you breathe, bring your attention to the sensations of the air moving in and out of your body. This simple act can help quiet your mind and return you to the present, no matter how chaotic life may seem. Simple ways to practice mindfulness daily. Mindfulness is not just for meditation, it can be practiced throughout your day. Here are some simple ways to incorporate mindfulness into your routine. 1. Mindful breathing. Pause throughout the day and take a few deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. This can help stop overthinking and bring you back to the present. 2. Mindful eating. Instead of rushing through meals, take time to savor each bite. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. This practice helps you stay grounded and reduces distractions. 3. Mindful walking. When walking, focus on each step. Feel the ground beneath your feet and notice the movement of your body. This simple practice can clear your mind and prevent overthinking. 4. Mindful listening. When talking to someone, give them your full attention. Listen without interrupting or thinking about your response. This helps you connect more deeply with others and stay present in the conversation. The benefits of daily mindfulness practice. The more you practice mindfulness, the easier it becomes to stop overthinking. Here are some benefits of daily mindfulness. Reduces stress and anxiety. Mindfulness helps you focus on the present rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. This reduces stress and anxiety, bringing a sense of calm and clarity. Improves mental clarity. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you clear mental clutter and create space for clearer thinking. This can help you make better decisions and solve problems more effectively. Enhances emotional well-being. Mindfulness helps you observe your emotions without judgment. By acknowledging feelings without getting attached to them, you can manage your emotions more effectively. Increases focus and productivity. When you practice mindfulness, you can focus on one task at a time, improving productivity and performance. You also stay calm under pressure, which helps you handle stressful situations more easily. Mindfulness and how to stop overthinking. Mindfulness is a powerful way to stop overthinking. By focusing on your breath and being present, you break free from the endless cycle of worry and mental chatter. Mindfulness helps you observe your thoughts without engaging with them, which reduces their control over your mind. Instead of getting caught in your thoughts, you create space for peace and clarity. Now that we've learned how mindfulness and breathing can help stop overthinking, it's time to move on to the final practice. Embracing the present moment and letting go of the need to control everything. In the next section, we'll explore how accepting the flow of life can bring lasting peace and joy. Conclusion. We've explored several powerful teachings today, all designed to help you stop overthinking and find lasting peace in your life. By focusing on the present moment, letting go of what we cannot control, embracing simplicity, and trusting that everything changes, we can start to free ourselves from the constant noise of the mind. Each of these Buddhist teachings offers us a way to break free from the cycle of worry and find clarity, joy, and fulfillment. But the key is to practice them patiently and consistently. The journey toward inner peace takes time, but every small step brings us closer to the peace we seek. Have you noticed how your mind feels a little calmer after just reflecting on these teachings? What changes can you make in your daily life to stop overthinking and embrace the present? Ask yourself, what can I simplify? What can I let go of today? As you begin to apply these teachings in your own life, remember that the process is gradual. It's not about perfection, but about progress. When we live mindfully, paying attention to our breath and the present moment, we can break the cycle of overthinking. Each breath brings us back to peace, and each moment of mindfulness moves us closer to a calmer, clearer mind. I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for joining me on this journey. Your willingness to explore these teachings is a beautiful step toward greater peace. As you continue your practice, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What resonated with you most? What are you excited to try out in your life? Your insights could inspire others on their journey as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the Son.Mindfulness channel, where we continue exploring these topics together. I hope you'll keep practicing these tools in your daily life to stop overthinking and embrace the flow of peace. I wish you health, happiness, and calm in every step you take. Remember, the power to stop overthinking and live a more peaceful life is within you. Embrace the journey and trust that every small change makes a difference. May you always find peace, clarity, and joy as you continue on this path. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.